Hi, welcome. I'm Margaret DeVigo from Pensieri Dolci, and I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who's followed me and have subscribed and written comments. Please subscribe, but most important, please comment. If there's a recipe you want me to try, I love a challenge. We'll do it together. I love doing that. Now, what are we making today? We are making taralli dolci al vino bianco. These are a favorite of my friends and family and stores. And where can you get these if you don't want to make them? They're packaged like that. And you can get these at Carson's Garden and Market in Prince Edward County. They're delicious, they're crunchy, they're addictive, they have a great shelf life, and they're great with an espresso. They're great even if you want to dunk them into a glass of wine. They're a memory trigger. When somebody bites into these, they tell me that they've tasted these before in Italy on a piazza. It's a reminder to them that their grandmother made them, and one even told me that it's very comparable to the taralli that come from Bari. So that means a lot to me. When I bake something or cook something that someone says to me, Margaret, this reminds me of my mother's baking, or where I've eaten this before somewhere else and it was just amazing, that just inspires me to bake and cook and try new recipes. So again, if you want me to try a recipe, please comment and I'll be happy to do it for you. Okay. On my latest trip to the county, I went to visit Carson Arthur, and he's the owner of Carson's Garden and Market. A beautiful spot to visit. He's a gardener. He has his passion to teach people how to grow vegetables and herbs. You won't find a hydrangea there, like he told me, but you will find other plants that you can grow. And he grows them from seed, which is amazing. And he also has a lovely store to that where you can find very unique gifts. And I want you to come with me to meet Carson, listen to the interview, and watch me go through his store. And you'll find these there. Taralli made by Pensieri Dolci. Okay, let's get started. What we're going to need, I love Italian recipes because I use Italian ingredients. For example, the Vita Sana Doppio Zero flour, the lievito, the Italian lievito, which is a yeast, but it's flavored with vanilla, and white wine. There's 200 mils of white wine. I typically use, this is actually from the county, it's from Sandbanks, and it's delicious. And also 200 mils of sunflower oil, 500 grams of the Doppio Zero flour, a teaspoon of sugar. In the original recipe, it asked for about 4 tablespoons, and I cut it down to 1 teaspoon, and they're fantastic. And some extra sugar here to roll them in before you put them onto your tray. Okay, very simple to make. You're going to put your wine and your oil. There we go. And your teaspoon of sugar. And your lievito. And you're going to mix that up a bit before you start adding the flour. Just use your whisk and just make sure everything is blended together. Okay. I wish you could smell this. The wine, the smell of the wine, the white wine just comes through just from mixing this together. Okay, I think we're good. Now we're going to start adding the flour. And the key thing is to add it a bit at a time. So I'm going to add a bit. I think that's good. And I'll mix it in with my whisk. It's coming along nicely. Okay. And now I'm going to add the rest of the flour a bit at a time, but I'm going to be using a spatula. It's easier because as you add more flour, the dough is going to get thicker, and the whisk is not really the right thing to use for that. So here we go. A little bit, mix it in. This is one of my favorite doughs to make. You're going to ask me why, and I'll tell you why. Because it's a cool, moist dough. I'm all about texture, and I mentioned it before, baking. It's really about getting your hands in there and feeling the dough so you get a sense of the texture. And this dough is, the texture of this dough is great. Okay, really smell that wine. All right, we'll add the rest of the flour. Looks good. At some point, my hands will go in there. All right, I think I'm going to put my hands in there, get the dough together. Scrape that down. Okay. And feels great. I'll just roll the dough along the side of the bowl. Make sure I get all the flour. Now, I know some of you have tried to make these. I love sharing recipes, and a lot of you have said that they just don't taste the way mine taste. Sorry. But I didn't leave any ingredient out. The recipe is the recipe. Okay, here we go. We have this lovely dough. You can see it. It's just so soft. It's airy, and that's what makes the tarali so crispy and airy on the inside as well. All right, and this is my trusted tool. I love this tool, and I suggest that if you do purchase one of these, you invest in a good one because you will use it a lot and you want something that lasts a long time. Okay, here we go. So all these tarali are made by hand. Each one is made by hand. So they're all going to be maybe slightly different, but they'll be the same size. And one good thing of using this is that they are the same size, so they all cook evenly. And really, it takes no time to make them at all, as you will see. So here we go. You're going to take a ball of dough and roll it into a long log, and then attach the edges, the ends together, and there you go. There's your taralo, and you're just going to put it into your tray that has the sugar in it. For some reason, I have to do this extra step, and I don't know why. I just feel like I have to do it. I have to grab the ends and turn it over. I'm not sure why. Tarali are good at any time, but Christmas is around the corner. And they make a great addition to a basket, a Christmas basket that you might be putting together. So don't hesitate to contact me. My email will be put up. I usually have Italian music playing when I'm doing this. Puts you in the mood. Now when I have some in here, I'll just shake them up, turn them over like that, just to make sure that both sides are lightly coated with the sugar, and then they go right onto your tray. A baking tray that's lined with parchment paper. I usually put 7 across. They don't really spread all that much. Even if they touch each other as they're baking, it's very easy to separate them. I suggest you go visit Carson's Garden and Market because he transformed his market to a Christmas wonderland. Okay, flip them over. I wanted to try adding different ingredients to the taralli. So I did come up with the recipe, which I'm kind of proud of myself because I experimented with the ingredients and how much of the ingredients to use. So I do make taralli with cocoa and also with lemon, and those are lemon glazed as well, which you will find at Carson's. It's so great to hear from my followers on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Pensieri Dolci, and I heard from one of my followers. He posted that he took his mom around the county, visited some wineries, and went to Carson's to pick up some treats. And guess what he picked up? Some taralli. I always love to hear that. And everyone has their favorite. A lot of people like this recipe here, which is a classic recipe. Okay, put a few more on this tray, and then these can go in the oven. Now, everybody's oven is different. You should preheat your oven to 350, and the trays go at the bottom part of your oven. However, if you have 2 trays in the oven, one on the lower and one just above, after 15 minutes, you're going to switch the trays. The one that's on the bottom, you put on the top. The one that's on the top, you put on the bottom. And you're also going to change the position of the tray. What I mean is, when you take the trays out to switch the racks, you're going to turn them. And I find that after making these I think I've made over 1,000 taralli for sure, all by hand. And after making so many, you get to know some tricks and different ways of making them. Okay, we'll put 3 more on the tray. This tray is going to go in the oven at 350. One, 2, 3. There we go. Grab your tray. In the oven it goes for, going to put 15 minutes, and then after 15 minutes I'm going to take that tray and turn it around. Now, while we're waiting for these to bake and waiting for the espresso to make, come and join me and Carson for a conversation and a tour of his garden and market. Hi, I'm Margaret DeVigo from Pincietti Dolci, and I am back in the county, and I'm visiting one of my favorite people, Carson Arthur, who is the owner of this beautiful place, Carson's Garden and Market. And it's a little cloudy today, but we're going to make the best of it. Carson,
yes.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
First of all, I want to thank you from my heart for sharing your time, because I know you're a busy man, and I want to touch upon that in a few minutes, part of my mental health part. But in a brief summary or synopsis, how did you get here?
So I've been doing gardening on TV for about 25 years now, and everybody was focused on low maintenance gardening, and we were starting to lose the growing your own food side of gardening. So vegetable gardening really kind of became a downside. So I really wanted to bring that back. So Carson's Garden and Market focuses on food, products made with food that you grow yourself, trees, plants, and then we incorporated some tropicals as well. So it's not your traditional garden center in the sense that we don't have landscape plants. No hydrangeas here. It's all about tomatoes and basils and rare things like guava plants. Everything that you wouldn't find anywhere else is what we specialize in.
Okay, and that's why we come back all the time. Now, this place is also a very special place for you.
It is.
In your heart.
Well, I live next door.
Yes, you do.
So yes, it is a very special place.
Yes.
I built it. So
Yes.
I had a company frame it out, and then I built every single part of this with
Yeah.
my own hands, board by board. It's a labor of love. So yes,
Right.
very important to me.
Right, and I think some extra love went into this place as well.
We got
Because
married
something
here.
Special
Yeah,
happened
we got
here.
married here.
We got married
We made
here.
the decision to get married
Yeah.
in this space and start this next phase of my journey with
Yeah.
as much love and friends as family as possible.
Okay, now Carson, I want to talk about balance.
Ah.
You're a busy man.
Yes.
Okay, you're on City Line. You have your business. You do radio.
Yeah.
I saw you helped a young boy with his fundraising.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So how do you keep a balance for you personally in your life, for your mental health?
Yeah, and that's always going to be the challenge in any type of endeavor that somebody takes on. It's about how much you put into it. The way I look at it, though, this is my passion, and I love it, and it brings me joy, and I find joy in every step of it, because my business isn't about just raising money. It's about giving back to the community, and when you do that, you receive so much love in return. So for me, balance, it's always going to be an up and down. There's always going to be days where I'm like, why am I taking on all this work? But it's the reward. And when you have a reward for the endeavors that you're putting into it, it makes it all worthwhile. So that's what I focus on, is that return on my investment, so to speak.
Okay, and I believe in everything that you said, because I take that personally as well, because in order to go through your passion and attack your dreams, you have to believe in yourself. And people around you will help you believe in yourself. And this man has made me believe in myself, because I sell my tarali here at Carson's. And I have one more question for you.
Yeah, of course.
Are you comfortable with being put on the spot?
Yeah, bring it on.
Okay, in 3 words, how would you describe my tarali?
Do they have to be English words? So, classico, because they're so classic in nature. They bring back emotions that people have growing up, saying, oh, I used to eat these as kids.
Yes.
So classic, that traditional flavoring. The flavor, so addictive, especially with the white wine mixed in there. You just want to keep eating it. You don't stop, and then you realize you've eaten the whole bag and oops. So classic flavor, and then it's unique. I mean, I know we talk about it being a traditional item, but it's kind of disappeared. You don't see it in the stores anymore. You don't see it in other locations. So that in itself, you're bringing something that's a heritage piece that is so traditional for so many people that they can't find anymore. And that means so much when they see that and go, oh, that's the one I used to have as a kid. It means so much to them. So thank you for providing that.
Wow.
Thank you. A little bit of Italian in your Carson's shop.
I love it. A little.
Thank you so much. Thank
My
you so
pleasure.
much. I know you have a class to teach.
It's always going here at Carson's Garden and Market.
I know. And thank you for joining me. Please tune into my YouTube channel. Just search Margaret DeVigo, Pensieri Dolci. Please subscribe, hit that button, and we'll see you next time. Ciao.
So how did you like our visit to the county with Carson? Amazing, right? And you know what? The taralli are ready to come out. Okay. Okay, I really wish that you could smell this. It smells like you're in a piazza or walking through a small town in Italy on a nice, beautiful day, and the bakeries have their doors open, and you walk by and you smell that smell. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, here we go. Here's one tray, and we're just going to put the tray on that cooling rack there. Here's the other. Okay. All right. These are going to sit on the trays for about 5 minutes, but I really want to show you. I know they just came out of the oven, but look at the bottom. The bottom is nice and brown. The sugar has caramelized at the bottom. The sugar on top is glistening. Look at that. And where's the special one that I made? Is right there. We'll show you later. Okay, they've sat on the hot tray for about 5 minutes. Now I'm going to transfer them over to the cooling rack. And they're so easy to come off. They just slide off the parchment paper, just like that. Beautiful. That's one. And here's the other. There we go. They don't take much to cool at all. I would say you can leave them on for a while, but if you need to serve them, you can keep them on there for about maybe 5 minutes and you're good to go. Now, you can get my taralli at Carson's in the county. I suggest you go visit quite soon because they'll run out. Or you can get them at Centro Quality Meats in Vaughan. Or if you would like me to make them for you, I'd be more than happy. Contact me through my email, margaret.pensieri.dolci@gmail.com, and I'll get them to you. Okay? Now, remember all those times I told you about plating. The way you plate your food, the way you display it says a lot. So you might think it's just a regular taralli, but you'll see when placed into this beautiful silver tray, it's an elegant display of this delicious taralli. So, but first, yeah, I think we can do it. We're good to go. And you just place them randomly on the tray. And as you can see, I'm using my fingers. They're not that hot. They've already cooled down quite a bit. And there we go. As I said, one batch makes approximately 70. Just to give you an idea. Now look at that. How nice would that look on your table for your guests? It would be great. And I'm going to save, this is saved for this one. Can you see that? This is for you because when you comment on my YouTube, it means a lot to me. And what I'm doing comes from my heart. I want you to know that. Espresso's ready. Now the taste test. That's right, I'm a dunker. So good. So good. Try them. Try them and you'll be very, very happy. You won't be able to just eat one. They're like chips. You got to have more than one. As I'm putting my espresso down, there's something I want to tell you. Especially now, things are getting better with COVID. And we're maybe thinking, okay, maybe, well, what I'm doing now, will it work out? Or if you've tried something new through COVID, will it still work out? But sometimes the best thing you do is very simple, is not think. Don't wonder, don't imagine, don't obsess, just breathe and have faith that everything will work out for the best. I truly believe that. We'll see you next time.